Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
Powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. This is the Morning Sports Desk. I'm CJ Baumgartner. No Corey Tackman today. We have a lot of great stuff to get to in the show. But first, we do need to let you know about our great sponsor of the Morning Sports Desk. That is the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. It's day number 1 of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. And when the competition heats up, choose the real MVP. Make Pizza Ranch your number 1 pick this season in order to go for a slam dunk dinner. You can start your order now. There's a little link on the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena Facebook page. You can also download the Pizza Ranch app. You got the chicken tenders, the chicken wings. It is Thursday after all. And of course, you have their fries. And don't forget, look at that Bronco pizza. Their Bronco pizza is the pizza of the month for just $13. You can get your hands on one. It's a great deal. It's making me real hungry. I haven't ate yet today. I'm thinking of all the great NCAA tournament games I'm going to be watching. And I just think Pizza Ranch is just the most natural fit to be right next to me while I'm enjoying all those games. It's the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in downtown Wadena. Welcome back to the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner, joined with Calvin Stueve for the Jacob Quam Foundation. And Calvin, thanks so much for taking the time to hop in and talk with us a little bit. Welcome onto the program.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited for the Henning boys to make another run at state and see what they can do down there.
Yeah, it's been a pretty fun run. And of course, it all ties back to what a lot of people remember as the 2019 season where they won the state championship. And of course, there was just the compelling story behind that, obviously, for them playing for their teammate Jacob Quam, who passed away in a car accident in the spring of 2017. And that's kind of what you want to talk about here is the Jacob Quam Foundation. And let's just go to the very back and to the very beginning. What is the Jacob Quam Foundation and how did it get started?
So basically, I was very tight with Jacob. He lived in Vining with me, and Vining's such a small town, so it was just me and him pretty much for kids. And we had a basketball court, and that's where I was introduced to basketball and started playing. He taught me how to. And basically, we always wanted to start a little 3-on-3 basketball tournament during watermelon days. Just something to do when everyone's in town. And so when Jacob passed, it was obviously hard, but a lot of good came out of it, obviously, with the Henning boys winning state back in 2019. And then after I had graduated high school, I brought it up to Jacob's mother about trying to get that going and all the money that we could raise and put it towards a charity and helping people in need with that money.
Awesome. So what charities does this go toward? What does this help? Kind of how are you trying to honor his legacy and pay it forward?
So basically, it's just the one Jacob Quam Foundation is the charity, and we donate money to families that are struggling. They're going through a tragedy or just medical bills, whatever. And then we try and help out the Henning school as much as we can, the local businesses, and we get a lot of help from the local sponsorships, which makes this thing very nice.
You mentioned the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that's exploded over the last handful of years. Talk about what it was, when that first year was you organized it, and talk about just kind of the growth from there.
The first year we did it was 2023, and I think we had 16 teams that signed up, and we did good, but each year has just doubled, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger. So I really appreciate you letting me come on here and talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, and just with everything going on, and with the Henning boys kind of back in the state tournament, obviously a lot of those boys were playing in those tournaments and doing that kind of stuff. How fun is it to see a kind of, again, something that he was very involved with at the beginning, and this really is carried on for getting close to a decade now of Henning boys basketball? How much has he meant to the program, and how much do you see that kind of continuing?
Yeah, I think that ever since he has passed away, Henning has become bigger than basketball. Everyone has been united because of Jacob's name, and I'm just trying to do my part and not let people ever forget his name because it is important. And you see it now with what Kale is doing with the boys, and all of his teammates are great. And it's good to see them playing Henning basketball.
And now as you guys kind of move forward, if somebody's listening here, what are the ways that they can help out? What are the ways that somebody can get involved? Kind of if somebody came up to you and said, hey, I love what you're doing, how can I help? What would be the thing you would tell them?
I really just look for advice because, again, I'm not the best I'm learning as I go too. Advice, the sponsorships are great, and just maybe ideas for me to try, something for me to think about, and just to improve the tournament overall.
And, like you said, you've been having the money, using those resources to help out people in need, people going through crisis and tragedies and things like that. What was your interaction been like when you've helped those people out? What has that been, and how cool is that to be a part of it?
Very good. It's the best feeling in the world to know that you're helping or trying to help. So, and the people have been great with the thank yous back, and I get a lot of appreciation. But it's not just me. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes to put this thing together.
Yeah, and we'll give them a shout out here. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but all the people who are involved and who are helping make that work, we'll give you the floor to let them be rewarded for their appreciations.
Yeah, so Jacob's mother is very hands-on with everything. My parents are, my mom's a party planner. She likes putting things together, so she's good at that. My dad is a good carpenter, so he can build anything we need. And then Jacob's just family. With his mom, Ange, his uncle, Andy, his cousins, Austin, Gretchen, Natalie, Sydney. They make my life so much easier when trying to put something like this together.
And, where's a good resource if anybody wants to find out more information? Is there a social media page they can follow? Is there a number they can get? How can people kind of follow what you guys are doing day by day?
Yeah, you can find us on pretty much all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. At the Jacob Quam Foundation, I try and post pretty around the year just to keep people talking about it, and it's pretty cool that Henning gets to go down to state now, and maybe the Jacob Quam Foundation will be mentioned around that too.
Yeah, and let's talk a little Henning boys basketball here as they get going. How much have you been able to watch this season, and how fun is it just getting to see them do what they've been doing for the last few years?
It's awesome. I haven't been able to make as many games as I'd like, but nowadays you can pretty much get anything you want on TV. So me and my family just sit out in the garage and cheer them on, and I think it's pretty cool that it's not obviously Kale, Mr. Basketball, is the talk of the town, but it's not just him. He's got to have teammates that can score when he passes it to him. So what they're doing over there is incredible, and I can't wait to cheer them on next week.
What's it like being in the gym with that Henning community? I know I've talked with Coach Misagatis about this before, but what's it like seeing the gym packed and seeing the community? When the girls had their run a few years ago, they were all in. And now, obviously, with the boys continuing to do what they've done, what's it like in the Henning gym on a weeknight in the middle of the winter? How special is that environment?
It's loud. It's very loud, and I think that feeds these boys. The fans are just as important as the players sometimes. They bring the energy, and I think everyone that is on that team can feel it. And even the kids that aren't getting in as much to play, they're having fun. They're getting the crowd into it. So everyone on that team is just as important as the next.
And, as they get going down to the state tournament here, revealed earlier in the week, they will be the 1 seed. They're going to take on Uppsala. A lot of really great teams, obviously, when you get down to the state tournament. And we don't need to make any predictions, but, how excited are you to go to see the boys, watch the boys, hear about them down at the state tournament? And just what do you think the ceiling is for this team?
Yeah, I can't wait. They deserve it, that they're going down there, and like you just said, that these teams are not going to be easy, but it is something to note. If they finish this perfect season, they would be 33-0, which was Jacob's basketball number, which I think is pretty cool.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah. That's crazy. So, Calvin Stueve again of the Jacob Quam Foundation joining us here on the Morning Sports Desk. Calvin, we'll wrap up here and let you get going and let you keep doing all the good work that you've been doing with the Jacob Quam Foundation. But before I let you get out of here, anything else you want to get off your chest? Anything else you want to put out into the world while we have you here?
I'll just mention that the next tournament is August 15th this summer in Vining, and hope we can see you there, and hope we can get a lot of people down at the state tournament and cheer on these boys.
All right, go give them a follow on all those social media platforms, Jacob Quam Foundation, Quam, Quam, and go check out all the great work they are doing. So, Calvin, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Again, that was Calvin Stueve of the Jacob Quam Foundation. Go follow them on social media and go check out all the great work that they're doing in honoring the legacy of a member of the Henning and Vining community. Great to have him on the program. Great to talk with him. And before we get out of here today, I do want to remind you of Henning boys basketball. They will be taking on Uppsala in the state quarterfinal round a week from today on the 26th of March. It'll be a 10:45 pregame and an 11 o'clock tip-off on the Superstation K106 and online at WadenaRadio.com or the Superstation K106 mobile app. And I want to remind you that our coverage of state boys basketball is presented by In Front Ag, bringing you Henning boys basketball in the 2026 state boys basketball tournament. We are going to cover the Hornets in every single game they have in this tournament, at least 2 games, hopefully 3, and all of them will be on the Superstation K106. All of them will be online at WadenaRadio.com, and all of them will be available to listen on the Superstation K106 mobile app. I'm CJ Baumgartner, and this is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and watch every show on YouTube.